Oh, fancy seeing you guys here. I didn't expect this, and I'm sure you didn't expect what happened at the 2025 Royal Rumble. And now, without any further ado, we have the Rumble match. This is the men's Royal Rumble match, and it looks like it's starting off hot and heavy because we have Rey Mysterio coming in at number 1. Remember that one time they had him at number 30 and everyone booed? No one booed this time, at least not that I saw. What a night, a cool mask, cool gear. He knows what he's doing. But as soon as I saw Rey Mysterio come out, I knew who number 2 was gonna be. I mean, I instantly said it. And it sure was, but it wasn't just Penta who was coming in at number 2. It was Blue Penta. Remember Blue Tista? Placenta? No, but Penta, but with a whole bunch of blue on. Sometimes I couldn't see him because of the lights in the background. Very blue. Nice color though. He comes in and he does his Zero Pero. Everybody loves it. It's super cool. It's very over. He did it a lot of times in this match, but well, I'll say them when they happen. But was he riding that wave? People love this guy, and I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan myself. Even Rey Mysterio looked at him. He hit him with the slow clap. Like, yeah, you're kind of cool. I can see you. I see you. Do I acknowledge you? My tribal chief. No, you know what I mean. Then, out of a sign of respect, they handshake each other. They say a few words. I don't know what they said because I wasn't there. I couldn't. I saw their mouths moving though, and it seemed like, all right, these guys will fight because they both want to win, but they were like, all right, we'll put the difference. I still like you, is what it seemed like. I like you, but we're gonna fight to the death because I want to win a championship. Crazy, but it's how it is. But with that handshake, Penta didn't let go. Penta was like, I am the boss. And then he was like, okay, all right. And then Penta hit him with the, I'm sorry, I love you. No, he didn't say that I love you part, but he did the Zero Pero right in Rey Mysterio's face, and the crowd, they sure joined him with that. And then Rey Mysterio came out with the, I've never seen him do it before, but he hit him with the 6, 1, 9, and I was like, okay. And then the fans got there with 9. I didn't hear the 6 first. Like, when I watched it, I was like, what was he doing? I just thought he was raising his hands. But then I heard the 9, and I was like, oh, he probably did his 6, 1, 9, yeah, booyaka. You know what I mean? Then they started beating each other up. Now, with this beginning match, or like this beginning part, you definitely, like, their high-flying stuff, it makes you want to see this as a one-on-one match. But we definitely all remember the part that I'm going to talk about here, because this is the part that stood out the most, and dang, it's just a little rough to start the Rumble like this, I guess. Rey Mysterio gets to the top rope, and Penta catches him in a powerbomb position, and he goes to throw Rey over the top rope, but Rey reverses it and does his Hurricane Rana and tries to pull Penta over the rope too, to the outside. And Penta, his feet definitely touched the ground. I mean, it happened, alright, but we just pretended it didn't because it would have messed up some parts that I noticed were in the match. And I mean, the commentary did good on being like, it was just 1 foot. It was not one. I'm not crazy, but I had to disbelief. That's what I had to do. That's how it is sometimes. It's gotta be like that. But you tell me, do you think he hit the ground? You let me know, because I mean, maybe I'm blind. Maybe I can't see things right, but don't want to lie to myself. But to kind of like pretend it didn't happen, like they just kind of ignored it. Michael Cole kind of just jumped in and was like, oh man, Penta, he's so unexperienced in a stage like this. So yeah, like, sure. He didn't lose because he's unexperienced. He didn't get eliminated because he's unexperienced. Come on, guys. But no, Penta hit Rey Mysterio with a super kick. And they were fighting still on the apron. But in time for the 3rd competitor coming into this match, at number 3 we had Chad Gable. Alpha Academy man. You know the one. And because I think Jason Jordan and him are brothers in real life, kayfabe-wise, in my headcanon, Kurt Angle's there to watch his son wrestle. And I love to see it. That's what it's all about, family. And he's getting the "you suck" chance, and that's, again, Kurt's there. It's pretty cool. But as soon as Chad gets in the ring, he starts doing a chop-off with Penta. A lot of chopping going on. Then Chad kind of like almost dumps Penta over the top rope. This time Penta's so scared to touch the ground, he's definitely he's pulling his legs up so high. He's like, please don't. Not again. I already feel silly. But he gets back into the ring. Then Chad changes his attention to little Ray Ray, and Ray's on the outside, or like the ring apron. And yeah. So Chad's got Rey Mysterio back in the ring, and he's holding him like with his legs. Like Chad's holding Rey Mysterio's legs, and then he pushes Penta to the ground. And he like nearly, like he does like a slingshot thing where he's holding Ray's legs and he falls back, and Ray kind of like throws himself over the top rope, and he nearly touches his feet on the ground too. Like, you guys are going crazy. Like, one slip up. That's all I gotta say. Then Ray tries to get back into the ring. Chad kind of like reverses it and grabs onto Ray, but Penta kind of saves Ray because Penta just super kicks the back of Chad's head, and that was a crazy sound. Like, that looked really nice. Putting it out there. But that caused Chad to drop Ray. Penta then hits like Chad with a running bulldog. Then it seems like Penta and Ray are teaming up on Chad because Penta's standing next to Chad's like lifeless body, and Ray runs in and like runs onto him, jumps onto his shoulders, and does an elbow drop onto Chad's legs. Probably wasn't meant to be on his legs, but hey, mistakes happen, and it looked like a cool move. And coming in at number 4, we have him, or most people know him as Carmelo Hayes. And I'll tell you what, this showing for him throughout the whole Rumble, very good. Him and like Braun are definitely superstars for the future. And I'm so happy to see that, because in the next 10 years, I believe we'll be seeing them on top as long as nothing like bad happens to them, like physically, you know. But yeah, he comes on running into the ring. And Carmelo, like, he runs to the ring, and still, like, don't worry, he's not sweating at all. Like, this guy's cardio is jacked. He runs in, hits the ropes, does, like, a Hurricane Rana, I don't know, bulldog onto Penta. Like, this thing looked wild. I mean, dude's not even broken a sweat. He ran down that giant ramp, so awesome. Then Carmelo, like, went to, like, handshake Ray, and he went, oh, like, he did, like, the sly, like, you can't touch me. I'm cooler than you thing, little bro. You know, he little bro'd him. That was funny, and pushed him down. He pushed him like a school bully. And then Ray's just sitting there on his ass, like looking at him like, oh man, why? You know, it was funny. Funny scene. Then Rey Mysterio kind of takes advantage. He hits him with like a move real quick, but then Carmelo takes advantage again, and he has Ray on his knees, and he jumps on this, he like springboard DDTs him, but like without looking. Like, it was really cool. Again, I'll show it because I don't know how to explain it, but it was really nice. Then Carmelo went to the corner where Penta was and threw Penta towards Chad. Chad caught Penta and held him and like actually picked him up. Like, so he's holding him. And Carmelo springboards off the ropes and clotheslines Penta into a German suplex by Chad. Very innovative. Then Carmelo and Chad do a double elbow drop onto Ray. And, you know, best buddies. But that team didn't last very long because after Carmelo was doing the basketball hoop hole-in-one thing, that's not what it is, that's golf, shooting one, what is it called? Slam dunk. I don't know what that's called. When you throw it in, a three-pointer. Anyways, after he does that, he quickly tries to throw Chad out. Chad reverses, and then Carmelo tries to do a springboard onto Chad, but Chad catches him midair. Chad, for a little guy, is so strong, fantastic wrestler, underappreciated. That man, he's a monster. But he hits him with a caught German. Very good. Then at number 5, we have Santos Escobar coming in. And when I was looking at this, I was like, oh my goodness. I'm like, this is really like a very cool, like, beginning people match, if that makes sense. A lot of high flyers, a lot of like just fast-paced wrestlers. And I was completely in for this. This was awesome. So I was excited to see him come in there too. And as soon as he got in the ring, he hit a tornado DDT like through the ropes, like just that fast. And then Rey Mysterio ran into a knee from Santos, and it was pretty good. Then Santos goes to Ray, and he picks up Ray kind of like how Chad was doing it, like grabbed his legs and then went backwards. But this time Ray landed in the middle rope as if he was set up for the 619, which Santos like he licked his hand like, and then went like. And then, like, ran and did the 619. Really smooth, by the way. He landed in the ring with his legs, too. You don't often see that. And he was a lot of attitude on his face today. It was very good. But while he was backing up after he hit that 619, he bumped into Penta. And then them two were, like, face to face. And this was another scene where Penta hit him with the Zero Pero. So, the crowd really is into it because they do it every time with him. Very good, Penta. He has no fear. And then Penta's kind of like running on the ropes, and Santos just hits him with a gnarly Canadian destroyer. I mean, this thing came out of nowhere. Very pretty, very good, very clean, very nice. And Santos tells us all to suck it. Crazy scenes to say to so many people. None of us did, luckily. Then Rey hurricanranas Santos into the middle rope too, and then he goes for his 619, which he hits. And then people cheer because he's Rey Mysterio, and that's his move. And then Chad like almost eliminates everybody. Well, not like everyone was almost eliminated, and then Chad threw like 2 more people, almost eliminating them. And Chad's in the middle of the ring, and he looks around, and he's just like, oh no, nowhere to go. And then they all super kick Chad in the face, in like 4 at once. So that was really cool looking. Then they all tried to kick each other, and kind of like it didn't work. And then they tried to kick each other again, and it didn't work. And then I think it was Carmelo and Penta. They both like did a high kick on each other, and then they both fell to the ground. Then Rey Mysterio and Santos did like a double, like they cross-bodied each other, and then both fell to the ground too. So everyone's on the ground. This is where people cheer. Understand psychology. That's what it is. And at number 6, we have Chad Gable's worst nightmare, Otis, coming to the ring. He looked like he was hot and ready. He was ready just like a oven-baked pizza. Man was he was here to come into the ring. But Otis came in the ring and started, he hit with like a big choke slam on Santos, and man picked him up high. Then Otis went to the corner and like hyped up like his move, so he went for the worm. He was ooh wiggle wiggle. Then he started to do the worm, but then little old wormy Chad Gable had to come in, and he put him in an ankle lock while he's down going for the worm. So that looked really nice. It actually was really smooth. If you watch it, very smooth. I'll show it. Smooth. Then Otis got up and Chad slapped him in the face, and it wasn't like that bad of a slap. But then Otis, he slapped the crap out of Chad. That was echoed throughout my room. Okay, that thing was loud. All right, dang, very impressive. Impressive scenes. Then Otis ripped off his shirt, and then Chad was like, you're not the only one to show off all those muscles you have. And then Chad took down his straps, and so now he's showing his titties. And they start going at it, hitting each other in the head. And actually, believe it or not, Chad's the one who got the advantage in this, because he got behind Otis and he German suplexed Otis. Pure power. I said how Jordynne Grace was the strong house in the Women's Rumble. I mean, Chad is the second. We haven't had the strongest coming yet, in my opinion. Chad's big. He's strong. He is really strong. Then Otis gets up like so fast while Chad's looking into the camera and saying, I own him. I will always own him. And and Otis grabs Chad, picks him up, and just torture rack. I don't often see a torture rack. It's like just jumping around with a person on you. Neat. Now Carmelo and Chad are working together again, trying to get the big man Otis out because he's big and scary. But nothing really came of it because Otis just took advantage again and started hitting Chad more. When I said that Chad was the second strongest in this match, this is the person who I thought was the strongest in this match. This number 7 coming in is Bron Breakker. This man is a machine. He's a tank. He's a truck. I have no clue. The words to describe this guy, he is crazy. And I'm so glad that he is here because I feel like he was born for this. Honestly, fantastic. Just dude's crazy. I would love to see even him alone, but like love to see him with a manager. He will be a champion. He will be the WWE champion again, as long as, knock on wood, nothing bad happens. Him and Carmelo are the ones that I was saying that I see bright futures for. So it makes me excited for the future. Wild. He runs into this Rumble like as fast as he can, and he jumps in there and just spears the poop out of Carmelo Hayes. I mean, like, dude just got cut in half, and he throws him out like nothing. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Then because Chad's like up on the top rope, Bron just turns around and jumps to the third rope where Chad is and does a Frankensteiner. Not a sweat on him, not a sweat on his brow, nothing. This guy, a machine for real, a robot, the Terminator for real. This is gnarly. Then just goes with the heaviest guy in the ring, Otis, and just picks him up and throws him over his head. What the hell will stop this man? This is crazy. Now, while that's happening, Santos goes to pick up Penta on his shoulders, and he's holding Penta, but he's looking the other way to where you have Bron Breakker in the corner charging up. He's about to bounce, and Santos with Penta on his shoulders slowly turns around, and oh my lord, dude got his soul speared out of him. I mean, holy crap. Sorry, Santos. That must have hurt. And then Braun eliminates Santos after that spear. Not surprised, that was gnarly. Then at number 8, we have Akira Tozawa. But, that didn't last long because Carmelo Hayes, I guess, knocks him out. Not sure, he just kind of hit him once, but Tozawa is, knocked out, and they drag him to the back. We have this cool camera cut where we walk back there and, like Triple H is looking, and they're like, oh my gosh, someone has to replace him. And then they look behind them, and they see Speed, and not the drug, but they see Speed, and they're like, yo, dude, we're gonna need you to fill in the spot for Tozawa. And he's like, I'm not ready. And I'm looking up like, is that the qualification? I just gotta be backstage at the right time. I don't have to go through any training. I could just show up in the Rumble if I wanted to. He even said, I'm not ready. You know, Triple H could put anyone in there, I guess. I mean, they've got to be a wrestler. But Speed, he steps in. He has his own, like, Titantron and stuff and his own music. And it was funny. Like, he's just in there. It's like you just watched a person, like, living out their dream kind of, like, accidentally. It like, I walked into a dream almost. Like, where, you know, you show up to school in your underwear or something, you're just like, oh my god, like, everyone's staring at me. It almost seemed like that kind of moment, like, surreal. He gets into the ring, and he helps Braun eliminate Otis. Wild. This guy, first Rumble, first match, first anything with WWE, and he got an elimination. Not a lot of people can say that. And this dude, he's so excited. He starts cheering. He's like, hell yeah, I did that. But little did he know behind him, you got the wrecking ball going back and forth, hitting the rope. You got Braun Strowman runs, hits the rope, so making his momentum even stronger, hits the other rope, and Speed's still in the middle, and Braun just, like, dude just kills this kid. Oh my god! That's the gnarliest, craziest, most powerful jaw-dropping spear I've ever seen. And I was scared because I thought his head bounced on the mat. Like, it might have. I'd like to actually have updates on that. I'm curious if he's okay. But props to Speed for taking that, because holy crap. But Braun gets him up after that and just throws his lifeless body at Otis, who's outside. Probably easy, because you don't want to just land on the ground. Like, it's probably a lot worse than, like, you know, landing in someone's arms. But Otis catches him and then power slams, like, I don't know what it's called. So Otis catches him and he just, like, throws him behind him and he hits the announce table and just flops on the ground. And they're like, oh yeah, now he's eliminated. That was crazy, like, 30 seconds. And props to that guy for going through that, because that was one of the, like, highlights of the night for me. Crazy spear. Wow. And then at number 9, we have Sheamus, the one and only Celtic Warrior. And he comes in here, he gets into the ring, and he instantly starts hitting Chad with the beats of something. Oh god, watch it. He starts hitting Chad instantly with the beats of, the 10 beats of something. I don't know what it's called. But he starts hitting him in the chest. That thing he does, the beats. Beep, beep. But he's not done, because he sees Braun, and he starts doing the beats to him, too. He starts beating their chests. That's what he's doing. And then Penta runs in and almost eliminates Sheamus, like, very quickly. But Sheamus hangs on. Then Sheamus does his patented, like, jumps over the top rope as, like, a really big guy and just shoulder tackles Penta while he was running at him. Crazy to see that he can still do that. Sheamus is in incredible shape. But one has to mention Sheamus' outfit for this. It's almost unfinished. There's nothing in the back, almost. Like, there's, like, almost like they wanted, like, this little black bar. Like, they wanted to put something there. It looks so bare. It's almost like a fake gear. I don't know how to describe it, but it's almost like I don't know, like a generic, you put it on a figure that wasn't like a non-copyright wrestler, if that makes sense. Like, it's weird. I don't know what happened. I'd like to ask. And if he liked it, great. I was just confused. And then Sheamus is, like, looking the other way, and Braun Breaker's doing that thing where he's charging that spear. And he goes to run at Sheamus, but Sheamus bro kicks him mid-run, so that's, like, full momentum into a man's boot. Holy smokes. I think Braun, he's out. He's out of there. Like, consciously. He's still in the match. Just consciously sleeping. And then we have coming in at number 10, Jimmy Uso. The twin brother of Jey Uso, if you didn't know. Just putting it out there. But he makes his way into the ring. Super kicks indoors. I think first with Sheamus. Then with Rey. Then Penta super kicks him. Then Penta throws Jimmy into the corner, and then Jimmy reverses it, and then, like, climbs the ropes and does, like, a whisper in the wind. I think Wade called it a Uso in the wind. It sounds like if he farts, like, that's what he was. Uso in the wind. That's gross, I'm sorry. Then Rey Mysterio is down in the corner, and Jimmy like goes and does where he runs and hits his booty in his face, that thing, and then did it to Chad Gable, who was across from Ray. So he did a double booty thing, but he wasn't done because he had another one in him, because Penta was in the other corner and he did a runny booty thing, something his dad kind of did. So running booty thing. And then coming in at number 11, we have Andrade. And he is the husband of the Women's Rumble winner. So maybe it's his moment to shine. Maybe he's gonna win the Rumble tonight. Let's see. He comes in and instantly throws Chad Gable into the turnbuckle. Owie. Then hits Shaman with a running forearm. And then Andrade starts slapping his body. And the fans get into it. They start slapping their body. More their hands probably is what they're slapping. And getting into it. So nice to see he has that control of the crowd. Fancy. And then after hyping the crowd up, he sees Chad in the corner down, and he runs at him with a Meteora. Big Meteora. It was meaty Meteora. Yeah, meaty Meteora. That would be my finisher. A meaty Meteora. You like that? Yeah, me too. Then he does another Meteora to the down Sheamus in the corner. Then Penta almost eliminates Andrade, but he hangs on for dear life. Then Penta and Andrade are on the top turnbuckles, and Penta does a superplex off there while the next person is getting ready to come out. Look painful though. And coming in at number 12 is Jacob Fatu. We all like Jacob Fatu. The lone werewolf. This guy is crazy, but crazy in a good way. As soon as Jacob's in there, he's face to face with Penta. So, he's not scared. He's not scared of Penta Bluenta. And he was Penta was like, I'm not scared of you, Jacob. That's why he was going to hit him with the zero pero. But he said, zero! And then Jacob just punched him in the face. Which I think most people should do when he's doing that taunt. Because, that really does just stop him from doing anything. Because he's not punching you while he's doing the taunt. He's just doing a taunt. So, good work, Jacob. Really thinking outside the box. And then Rey Mysterio tries to hit Jacob. And he does a springboard. And the crossbody he was trying to do to Jacob. But Jacob catches him. And he throws him to the top of his shoulder. So he caught him like that. And then threw him up. And then Penta was like, "Oh, you're not going to do that to my Ray, my little old Ray." And he runs to the rope and he tries to jump on Jacob, but Jacob just put him on top of Rey Mysterio. So now he's got Ray and Penta on his shoulder, so he's holding them like that. And he just does a double Samoan drop. I mean, that was crazy. Wow, he's strong and he's crazy and strong. And then sadly, because we weren't on the big screen here, Chad got eliminated by Jacob, but we didn't really see it happen. Chad was kind of just running up to Jacob, and Jacob just reversed it and threw him out. So, bye-bye, Chad. And then Rey Mysterio trying to take advantage of Jacob because he just eliminated Chad. They tried to sneak up on Jacob, but instantly got reversed, and he got thrown out of the ring. So Rey Mysterio was gone too. Jacob eliminated Rey Mysterio and Chad Gable in the course of 5 seconds. Wild scenes. Then Andrade looks at Jacob, and that's just enough to piss him off. So Jacob does this, licks his hand almost, and just grabs his neck, really goes crazy, and just literally just walks him over to the ropes, and just throws him over, just like that. He didn't even pick him up. He just threw him over. Cause he's just cool like that. He just has it like that, dude. That's our Samoan werewolf, if you didn't know. Then what an awesome camera angle next. We have Jacob looking into the camera whatever he does, and just looking cool. Not whatever I just did. And you look behind him, and as if you see the Fiend here, we see out of focus, but you see his face. It's Braun Breaker, just he's about to kill someone. It's just really, really cool. And now it made me want to see a match between Jacob and Braun. Amazing camera work there. And Jacob turned around and saw Braun, and they were just kind of both breathing heavily, too strong. Again, one's a werewolf, one's just a big dog. They didn't end up hitting each other because they got hit. One was hit by Jimmy, and the other was hit by Sheamus. And then we had our next entrant. And then at number 13, we had Ludwig Kaiser come out. And Ludwig gets to the ring, he starts running, he's about to slide in, but he looks at his wrist, he's like, I don't have to get in there. Smart thinking, a heel should normally be doing that. I like that, because you don't have to, wear your body out. You could wait as long as you wanted, as long as nobody throws you in, pretty much. Just being smart, thinking like that, I like that. And Wade Barrett says, he's not just a good-looking man with a great skill set. And it makes me go, oh, Wade, you like what you see. Not my quote, just what he said. I'm just putting it out there. Okay, Wade, respect you. And Kaiser's waiting a little bit. Like, I mean, it's only like 10 seconds, but he's just waiting for his moment to try to like sneak up on someone and eliminate them. And he slides in thinking Penta like is, I don't know, like a damsel in distress. And he comes in and he grabs Penta, and Penta just reverses him and throws him out. Like, he was in there maybe for like 2 seconds. He was in there for 2 or 3 seconds, and he was like, he came out, he's like, what? Like, what? You know, so maybe next year will be Lovewood's year, but not this year. Sorry, buddy. You're out. And then Penta and Braun are kind of like kicking Sheamus at some point in the corner, and Penta goes to pick up Braun and like push him over the rope, so he's like kind of turned on him like real quick, and then Braun screams this really like Tom and Jerry scream, like I don't even know how to describe it, but I'll play that audio clip, because what was that, Braun? He was scared. It was fear. That was real fear from that guy. That was funny. But Braun didn't actually go over. He pulled himself back in the ring, so strong man. And then coming in at number 14, we have The Miz. Miz runs in and he gets on the ropes, like the apron, and he starts going like, whoa, 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 like he's making fun of Braun. Again, crazy to pick on that guy. And Braun goes to reach at him, but then The Miz does a little slide. I think he slides between his legs. He's just like, shoop, like a baseball slide right under him. Smart thinking from The Miz. Wherewithal. And he almost eliminated Braun Breaker by himself. And then when Breaker is still dangling, The Miz kind of like grabbed Sheamus, or Sheamus was more grabbing him, but he pushed Sheamus into Braun. Braun again holding on by just one hand at this point. He's really holding it in there. And then The Miz sees Jimmy Uso and hits him with a scroll crushing finale. Haven't seen one of those in a long time. But Braun got himself back in the ring. Penta went to The Miz, hit him with a Hurricane Rana, got him into the corner, and then Miz reversed Penta with a big boot to the face. And then did a Hurricanrana of his own off the top rope, which you never see The Miz do something like that, so good job, Miz. Then The Miz and Jacob Fatu kind of get into it, and The Miz ends up on the apron, and he goes for a springboard onto, like a springboard crossbody onto Jacob, but Jacob just called him into a Samoan drop, and that was pretty cool. Again, you don't see Miz fly that much, but I guess today he's switching up a little bit. And then, my gosh, number 15, okay? Number 15, the only prediction I got right tonight, spoiler alert, but Joe Hendry, the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, makes his WWE Royal Rumble debut with his TNA Championship wrapped around his waist. And oh my gosh, did the crowd explode hearing his theme song, say his name and he appears. It's Joe Hendry. I mean, that was awesome. I'm so glad he had that moment. I'm so glad the crowd embraced him. It was awesome. So Joe Hendry makes his way to the ring. Again, the crowd is erupting. They were happy to see him there. Sheamus is just in the corner, like laughing, like just watching all this go down. But Joe Hendry comes in and he explodes with like clotheslines on the 3 guys. And then The Miz runs at him and he catches The Miz and he does a fall away slam. He just throws The Miz behind him. I mean, it was nice. And then he does a kick up because he's an athlete. Pretty nice. Then he starts stomping and clapping to the beat of We Will Rock You by Queen. And everybody, like, they all get into it. The crowd's all into it. Even Sheamus starts clapping. And he picks Miz up by the throat and like parades him around a little bit. And he slams him down with a big old choke slam. I wonder if that's his finisher. I'm not sure, but pretty nice. Then Jacob Fatu runs into Joe Hendry, and then Sheamus is more offended that Jacob did that. He's like, I was having a good time. I was having fun watching that, So thought that was kind of funny. He's like, why do you always gonna be so angry all the time? It's just a little funniness. I like it. Then at number 16 we have arguably the biggest star in this match, Roman Reigns, the original tribal chief, if I may, with his advisor, Mr. Paul Heyman, little old Paul. And yeah, I mean, I didn't think he'd be coming out this early, so what does that mean for Roman? Is he gonna survive it all? Well, I guess we'll have to find out. But yeah, this one's a big one. All the crowd popped for this one too. Everybody loves good old daddy, so happy to see him here, and let's see what he can do. As soon as Roman Reigns gets in there, fast spear to Miz and throws Miz right over the top rope. Miz is gone. Miz is eliminated. It was quick. Roman Reigns really clearing house now. Then Roman spears Sheamus and not even 5 seconds later, and then eliminates Sheamus, so he's got the Miz and Sheamus out now. But that's not it, because Roman still has more spears in him, and the next victim is Joe Hendry, and Joe Hendry gets hit with a spear and he gets thrown out of the Rumble. But again, for his first Rumble, even just being in WWE, getting eliminated by Roman Reigns is not a bad way to go, so hell yeah, I'm happy he was even there. And then we see the Dream, like, face down. Like, you didn't think we needed, but, like, you got Braun and Roman looking at each other, and you're like, a little twinkle in my eye. I'm like, geez, this is good. And there was, like, a camera shot with, like, Paul Heyman in it, and it makes me go, are you guys trying to tell me that, like, Braun's gonna have Paul Heyman as a manager one day? Because if that's the case, I won't be upset with that. Then Braun Breaker, an electric spear to Roman Reigns. I mean, more power than I've seen anyone ever have a spear with. I mean, even compared to Goldberg, this guy, you would think he just sawed through Roman Reigns. As soon as this happened, when I watched this live, I went, oh my gosh. I said, I wouldn't be surprised if he broke a rib there. That is how hard this guy just speared Roman. What a moment for him, though. Spearing the spear guy? Awesome. And then you think Braun's gonna eliminate Roman because he gets him up, but Roman, just wherewithal, you know, familiar with the ring, quick reversal and throws Braun out. But oh my gosh, what a showing for Braun in general. Lovely, lovely. I'm telling you, one of the strongest competitors in this match in general. I mean, the strongest in my opinion, but awesome seeing him there, and I cannot wait to see more from Braun because holy crap, that guy is crazy. Then Jimmy sees Roman kind of on the ground, like, just, like, recovering from Braun's spear, and he grabs his hand so that they grab each other, and he helps Roman up to his feet, and he's like, oh yeah, hey. And then Jacobs out of nowhere super kicks the crap out of Jimmy. Nice shot, really. And then Jacob just eliminates Jimmy. I mean, it was quick, but it was crazy. Then Jacob turns around after eliminating Jimmy, and it's like a face down between Roman and Jacob, and the crowd is like going crazy for it. They want to see it. Me too. I would be in the crowd going crazy for it. Then they start punching each other back and forth, but Jacob really, I mean, surprisingly, he gets the advantage in this, and he starts headbutting Roman, and Roman's down. He's down Roman. And then I think Jacob got a little cocky. He threw Roman into the ropes, and then Roman hit him with a big old spear. And then coming in at number 17, we have Drew McIntyre. You know, the guy from Scotland. He's a pretty cool fellow. And then he gets into the ring, and Roman and him kind of face off a little bit. Again, the crowd love it. They know the history. Clash at the Castle. I hope I said that. Clash at the Castle. You know, the history. And then they start hitting each other. They start punching each other back and forth again, going back and forth. But Roman kind of gets the advantage when it comes to punching, and he keeps punching Drew. But Jacob, I guess, just mad at what Roman just, you know, speared him. He hits him from behind. He hits Roman from behind, and Roman kind of falls a little gnarly on his leg. I'll show you that. I thought he hurt his leg. I mean, maybe he's just, like, flexible like that, but that looked like that thing would hurt if you would land like that on your leg. So, good on him for not getting hurt. I didn't hear anything about him being hurt, so I hope he's not. Goodness gracious. But Drew and Jacob, they look at each other and they're like, hey. I mean, they don't say anything, but they just, like, look at each other and then start hitting Roman on the ground together. So they're kind of like, hey, can we just agree not to hurt each other right at this moment because we both don't like Roman? Let's just do that. And then they did. So they just started kicking Roman on the ground. Then Jacob starts hitting Penta, and then Drew just continues to hit Roman. He's like, I told you I was going to come for you every week, you know, something like that. Sorry, I can't do good accents, but, you know, that's what he said. Then coming in at number 18, we have Finn Balor. He kind of rolls in, just starts kicking Roman. Then quickly starts to mess with Penta, and Penta starts chopping him down like a tree. But Balor didn't like all that because he then hit him with a sling blade. And he almost eliminated Penta. Penta, like, flew over that top rope. I mean, he's lucky he hung on, but, strong showing from Finn already. But Finn's day is quickly ruined when he accidentally walks into Roman, and Roman just hits him with an uppercut. Swift one. Then at number 19, we have the United States champion, Shinsuke Nakamura, with his really cool, like, heel theme song, and the mask, and the face paint. Oh, so cool. I like it. But he's in the match now. He goes to Roman, like, instantly just starts punching him in the face, and then Roman falls. And then Shinsuke grabs him and then just knees to the rib. Whew. That looks like it hurt. Then Shinsuke Nakamura goes to Penta, and then they kind of, like, touch heads, touch little foreheads. Not sure what that was about. I think, like, Michael Cole was trying to say, like, they knew each other from, like, maybe the indie stuff. So they probably have a history. But that didn't last long because Shinsuke just kicked Penta in the head and he fell down. He looked at Finn, and then Finn started hitting Penta, and then Shinsuke just walked away and to fight someone else. Okay. Penta's in the corner, and Jacob, like, runs at him and tried to do a crossbody, but Penta reversed it with a super kick. Then Finn tries to, like, throw Penta at Jacob, but Penta reverses it and throws Finn at Jacob, and they just kind of, like, bump into each other. Then Penta kicks Balor, and Balor falls on like his hands and knees. So now he's like a little table, and Jacob's to the like right of him, and to the left of him is Penta. So Penta just runs and jumps off of Finn. So he jumps onto Finn's back and jumps off of Finn's back onto Jacob, and does a Canadian destroyer or Mexican destroyer. It was crazy. It was really good. Like, it was a really cool sequence right there. But then Penta went to hit another Mexican destroyer onto Finn this time, but Finn, was near the ropes, and he pushed Penta out of the ring. He dumped him over the ring. His feet touched the floor. He was eliminated. Penta is now gone from this match. You could hear the disappointment sighs from the crowd, but again, he probably wasn't going to win anyway, so hasta la vista. He was already eliminated. He was the first eliminated, but we had to pretend it didn't happen. But he's eliminated again. Goodbye, Penta. Now at number 20, we have arguably the most over superstar right now, like in the past like few years, and that's Jey Uso. He comes out, he be yeeting. They all be yeeting back to him. They be yeeting together. They be yeeting, like eating, you know, like eating. They be yeeting with like forks. That was good. Come on, that was good. The crowd, they're excited to hear him. He's excited to be there. He's having a good time, and he's making his way to the ring. As soon as Jey gets in the ring, he hits Finn with a whole bunch of punches, and every time he punches him, the crowd's yelling yeet. So yeet, 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 eat. And then he like does one like The Rock, kind of like whoop, whoop, you know how he brings it back like The Rock does. And he does his own version, and they go yeet, as they do. And then, would you believe it or not, he spears Drew McIntyre. Okay, all right, Roman, calm down. Then he turns his attention to Jacob Fatu, and he does a pretty clean Frankensteiner onto him. I didn't expect that in his arsenal, to be honest. Then Shinsuke Nakamura tries to take out the Yeet Man, Jey Uso, and he hits him a lot, and he gets Jey on like the ropes, so he's like laying on the ropes, and this is Shin's problem. He charged up, was like, oh, I can hit him, but you never run at people when they're on the ropes like that, because he ran at him, and Jey just pulled the ropes down, and then Shin flew over. Shin's eliminated. That's the U.S. champion. He's eliminated. Eliminated by Jey Uso though, so not too bad. But Shinsuke's face afterwards, he was growling at him. Like, I thought he was going to cast a spell on him or something. It was a little personal. Then, coming in at number 21, we have AJ Styles. I mean, I haven't seen him in a while, but geez Louise. I mean, this guy, still as athletic as ever. I mean, even the crowd was excited to see him. It's always happy. It always makes me happy to hear the crowd cheer for AJ. What a legend in the business in general. So he instantly goes for Drew. He drop kicks Drew in his legs, and then hits him with that like forearm thing he does. Very fast, big speed for an older man. Good. Then AJ picks up Finn and hits him with that like knee thing where the knee on the head, just like boom boom on the knee. Very clean, very fast. Again, he is moving like a 20-year-old. Then he hits Jey with his like combo thing with his like punches and stuff. Again, big showing for him. And the crowd is cheering big time for AJ. I mean, they're even chanting his name. And this is a huge crowd, so that means something. It's always cool to hear. Then AJ turns around. He's face to face with the werewolf, Jacob. And it get a little scary. This is getting a little tense. But AJ kind of like catches Jacob off guard and hits him with a Pele kick. But then he runs at Jacob, and Jacob just hits him with a huge backdrop. I mean, like, he fell hard. It was high. Then at number 22, we have Braun Strowman coming in. Big man. Meaty man meat. He's walking to the ring. He gets in the ring and he starts picking a fight with Jacob Fatu. Again, this isn't the smartest thing to do. We've seen Jacob Fatu. He's a crazy man. So you're never sure why he did that, but I think it's to test him. You gotta see who the strongest is. So, I mean, they just start hitting the crap out of each other. And then Strowman hits him with a crossbody. So, look at that arsenal. Then Braun Strowman picks Jacob up on his shoulders, walks him to the ropes, and just throws him over the top rope. Jacob Fatu has been eliminated by Braun Strowman. Dang. I mean, people are probably thanking him for getting him out of the ring, so good job, Braun. But Jacob didn't leave happy. He was like destroying the announce table. He's mad. He's a mad werewolf. And did this like gnarly. He picked up a chair and like threw one of those wheelie chairs. He threw it and it landed in the ring. Strong man. Crazy. Then Finn, Drew, and AJ, like, they all ganged up on Braun, just started beating the crap out of him. Maybe it's well deserved. You never know. I'm pretty sure they're beating on him because, you know, he's huge. Gotta get him out of there. Then at number 23, we have Last Time Ever. Now, this is important because this is the last time we are ever gonna see John Cena in a Royal Rumble match. That makes me so sad to say. I'm planning on making a video about John Cena's last opponents, or like dream opponents I have for him, but all I gotta say is he used to be my favorite wrestler, like, of all time. Like, he's definitely the person who got me into wrestling, like, just my superhero, or my Superman, and seeing this is emotional. Is he gonna win it, though? This is his last ever Rumble. I guess we'll find out. The crowd erupts, though, hearing John's music. John gets on in the ring, and he picks up Braun instantly, but Braun, he wiggled off of John's shoulders, but that doesn't mean John's not smart enough for this stuff. He's dealt with a lot of big men, and Braun started charging at John. John just pulled the rope down. Braun pretty much eliminated himself. John Cena, smart thinking. He's been in a couple of these. He knows what he's doing. Then Finn Balor almost eliminates John Cena. Imagine he slipped. Wow, that would be very anticlimactic. Then this is where a spot happened that definitely like calls concern for me instantly. John Cena picks up Finn Balor on the apron, and he goes to attitude adjust him out of the ring, like onto the floor, just outside floor. But Braun, I think, was meant to catch him so he didn't land like on the floor, because again, that's high up and just, you're falling like that. That hurts. I think Braun was supposed to catch him. He kind of caught his legs, and that made him just hit his head on the floor. I hope Finn's okay, but you could tell Braun was angry after that, because it definitely wasn't that he didn't catch him, and I'm sure he felt bad about that. So I hope Finn's okay, because geez, that looked rough. But while that goes down, Roman charges a spear and just spears the crap out of Drew McIntyre in the middle of the ring. Now it gets crazy because John Cena takes his shirt off, and now his titties were flopping everywhere. And then right after John Cena took his shirt off and him and Roman were in the middle of the ring eyeing each other down, we hear 3, 2, 1, and then whatever, I don't know how to do it, but CM Punk's music starts playing. Look in his eyes, what do you see? The man who might win this Royal Rumble, is it his destiny? That's pretty good. Anyways, CM Punk comes out, you know, he big cheers, people are like, this is gonna be the winner right here, or is it John? Who is it gonna be? Yeah, just CM Punk. He's out here. He's here. CM Punk looks like focused, like very focused. And is this gonna be the Rumble he wins? You know, is this gonna be his dream come true? Oh, well, I guess we'll have to find out. And it's weird because in the ring, like, Roman and John just waited for CM Punk to get into the ring, so they didn't even like hit each other. Okay, I mean, that's the thing to do. I mean, maybe if you were both planning on, like, jumping CM Punk, I don't know. They needed that cinema, you know what I'm saying? But it was really cool to see them in the ring. They just kind of stood in the ring together for, like, 20 seconds, though, just, like, looking at each other, just like, oh, that's what you look like? Cool gear, Punk. I do like the pink and black. It is cool. And then, still nothing happened in this ring. I'm not even kidding. Nobody punched anybody. And now we have the 25th entrant, and that's Seth Rollins. So they're all just looking at each other. And then now they're like, oh, Seth Rollins. What if we just all wait for everyone to come out? But I mean, I don't know. But Seth Rollins is here. You know, the crowd loves Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins loves Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is here at the Rumble. And again, nobody touches each other until Seth gets into the ring. And Seth gets in the ring just instantly, like, spears or takes down CM Punk. He's still mad at CM Punk. So that was just really quick. And they waited that whole time. It was 2 people who came out. Crazy. Then Punk and Seth kept going back and forth in the corner, like punching each other. You had Roman fighting John. Just a lot of punching going on right now. And then don't forget about Drew. Drew sees CM Punk and he sees Seth fighting CM Punk, and he reminded him he hates CM Punk too. So he's like, I'm gonna start hitting CM Punk too, because I hate him and I want to kill him. So he's trying to kill him. Then Seth turns on Drew because he's like, hey, I want to be the guy to kill CM Punk, so he starts beating him up too. Then Seth tries to eliminate Drew, but CM Punk comes in and, like, doesn't help. He just kicks Seth and stops him from eliminating Drew. So I wonder, maybe he's got a special place in his heart for Drew McIntyre. And then we have at number 26, Dirty Dom coming in to hand out some business. I mean, he instantly climbs to the top rope and hits a little froggy splash on Jonathan Cena. And then for some reason, Dom sees Roman Reigns on the ground, and he's like, that's a great guy to start fighting. Okay. and he puts him in the like, oh, I'm gonna do the suplexes to you that like Eddie used to do. You know, he does the that thing that he does, whatever. I don't know, like that thing. You know what I'm trying to say. And like he's like, well, I'm about to do a Three Amigos to you, but Roman Reigns is Roman Reigns, and he goes, no, little bro, I'm Roman Reigns, and just doesn't let that happen, and picks him up for like a wild Samoan drop. And then Dom like reaches to shake Roman Reigns' hand, and Roman actually shakes it, but then just instantly uppercuts him. Like, yeah, you're not friends with me, buddy. And then at number 27, we have Samuel Zayn coming into the match now. We saw him earlier with Cody and Kevin, but now he's here, and he's here to win the Rumble. And as soon as he comes in, Seth is in the prime spot for a haluva kick. So Sammy just looks at him, a little shrug, and just runs into him and straight kicks his head off. You know, that's what it's all about. Then Sammy sees CM Punk and remembers that Kevin hates him, and then he remembers all that stuff that happened in AEW, and he's like, oh, I want to kill you, CM Punk. I want to kill you too. I'm joking, that's probably not what happened. But no, he just sees him, he walks over to him, and he starts punching him in the face, and he has him in the corner on the ground, and he stands on him, and he's like pushing down, putting a lot of pressure on the little Punkster, and Punkster is just trying to breathe. He's just trying to breathe. Alright, let him breathe. Then coming at number 28, we have the former WWE Heavyweight Champion, Damian Priest. Gets a little pop, you know, he's a little Damian Priest, and he wants to win the Rumble. So as soon as Damian gets in the ring, he instantly grabs like Drew McIntyre's hand, like they're best friends, holding each other's hands, and he walks the ropes when all it would take is if he just pushed him, he would have fell out. Anyways, he's walking the ropes, doing the old school like the Undertaker thing, except he doesn't do the what the Undertaker does, like the clothesline or the punch or whatever. He does a crossbody. So I was on my toes, couldn't believe it. And as soon as he got up, big super kick to Samuel Zayn. He ends up bell clapping AJ Styles, big sound, big noise, big bell clap, into a gnarly kick from him, and golly, is AJ Styles selling on point, lovely. But then Dominic sees Damian, and he's like, so he tries to like push him into the like ropes, like he got him in like the 619 position, and as soon as he was gonna go for it, Damian got back up and hit him with a like choke slam, like a big one. He grabbed Dom's throat, bam, choke slam. And then Damian just picked up Dominic and threw him out like Sunday's trash. Nothing. Dude, like a bag of feathers. Like, man just flopped over there, dude. Like he weighed nothing. Crazy. Then at number 29, we have the former US champion, LA Knight. Yeah. And as soon as LA Knight gets in there, he's on the top rope, he's doing the LA Knight, yeah, or he's on the middle rope, and then he does the jump to the top rope, and then nice clothesline. Not clothesline, nice elbow drop to little old Jonathan Cena. I think someone tried to hit him off, but he kind of jumped over them, so. Fancy acrobatics, my friend. Then he hit a gnarly neck breaker to AJ. Watch out, AJ. It's LA time. Then Jay and LA get into it, and they start punching each other back and forth, but it's funny because every time Jay hits, they hit yeet. And then, I said yeet. And then when LA hits, yeah, then it was yeet, yeah. It was something cool. And at the end, LA kind of hit a back body drop, and they yelled yeah to it, so they were happy to see it. Then Drew almost eliminates Sammy. Sammy catches himself because he knows what he's doing, but it was a close call. And then when Drew almost eliminated Sammy, Jay saw it, and Jay was like, I'm gonna super kick Drew. I'm gonna super kick Drew, but he missed Drew, and he super kicked Sammy. Sammy was eliminated by Jey Uso. Ooh, sorry, Sammy, not your night. And then Jay's like, sorry, my bad. It was funny because he didn't mean to. And then Jay turns around and walks into a headbutt by Drew. So, ow. Then we have the last entrant in this year's Rumble, and it is the one and only Logan Paul. A lot of people aren't big fans of that guy, but I'll tell you one thing, he sure does know how to wrestle, so I'm sure he'll put on a good show here. But that's our last person. That's the end of the Rumble. Now it's time. Now that one of these men are going to win the Rumble and main event WrestleMania. Who's it going to be? And then as soon as Logan gets into the ring, he forearms Seth in the face, and he does that flip clothesline thing that like Hangman Page does, but he did a double one. I think he hit AJ and Seth. Big guy power. Then all of a sudden, when Logan Paul was just like showboating, and LA Knight turned Logan around and punched him in the face, Right behind them, Damian just eliminates Drew. I mean, it was like, I could not believe it. He was eliminated next. I thought he might even win the Rumble. So seeing this, I was so shocked. And I don't know if Drew was mad in real life or like for real, but his face, he did not look happy. I don't know if that was meant to happen like that or something else was meant to happen. If there was something else meant to happen, I don't know what it was. I don't know what it is. Like, I watched this a couple times and I wasn't sure what was meant to happen. Except this, I think he was supposed to be eliminated by Damian, but Damian Priest did it. He eliminated Drew. Crazy. Damn. Honestly, that's all I can say. Then LA Knight starts fighting Logan more, and he's able to put Logan on the apron. So, what's gonna happen here? And LA Knight does this like crazy risky thing with Logan because all it takes is one little slip up and there's no way he could catch himself, but he's pushing his foot into Logan's back while Logan's holding on like this. So I'm just luckily he didn't slip because that would have sucked. But then Logan kind of just like to the booty bop like back and pushes LA's foot back, and then Logan, like a little frog, jumps onto the announce table. That was pretty cool. Good for him. He's not eliminated. Then LA Knight hits Damian Priest with a big move, and he's able to he clotheslines Damian Priest out of the ring. Damian's out. Wow, I didn't expect LA Knight to do that. Crazy. Then LA Knight is focused on like stomping Seth Rollins in the corner, but he didn't realize AJ was behind him, and AJ just scooped him up and threw him over. He saw his moment and he took it, so good on him. But LA Knight is eliminated by AJ. Sorry. Then Logan is like trying to make his way back over to the ring. Even though if he was smart, wouldn't you just wait for everyone to be eliminated until there's one guy left? That's what I would do. But he's not me, so who knows. But he jumps from the barricade to the stairs, and he makes it, so athleticism. And then since Logan jumped onto the stairs, now he's back like towards the ring. I mean, he's on the stairs. He can walk up there and into the ring if he wants to. AJ didn't see it. Couldn't see. Peripheral vision not on point. But he went for a phenomenal forearm, so he's charging it up, his hands on the ropes. He pulls the elbow pad, and he jumps up to springboard, but Logan pulls him. And the way AJ fell here, ow, jeez. I mean, there's no way to brace yourself. He just kind of fell on his shoulder on the ground. Just boo Logan, obviously, because dang, that sucked. And now we're down to our final 6 competitors, guys. I mean, anyone's got this in the bag. And they all just stared each other down for a second, like the final 6, like a big moment. And they all just started hitting each other. I mean, they all picked a person to start beating up. And CM Punk's in the middle of just slamming stomps into Seth in the corner, and Logan Paul sees this and he tries to sneak up on him, but CM Punk picks up Logan Paul on the shoulders and hits him with a GTS, and right after the GTS, Seth gets up and he super kicks CM Punk, so that one's gotta hurt. Then Jay goes for a super kick onto Seth, then Seth reverses it into a pedigree. Then John goes for an AA to Seth Rollins, but Roman Reigns gets up and Superman punches John, which then leads to Seth curb stomping John. Then Seth sees CM Punk on the ground and curb stomps him real quick too. Then we got this really nice camera angle again where we see Seth Rollins on the ground, but we also see in the background, we see Roman Reigns staring over top of him pretty much. It looked really nice. Then Seth and Roman are really staring each other down, and then Roman pokes him, Roman pokes Seth, and Seth's like, "Don't you poke me, don't you put your finger on me." It was just funny, how he said it. It was a good little moment there, but then he puts his finger on him. Finger touching. And then Seth throws the first punch at Roman, and then Roman punches him back. And then they keep going back and forth, punching each other. And at some point, Seth hits him with a super kick to the midsection, gets him ready for a curb stomp, goes to hit a curb stomp, but Roman knows Seth a little too much. Remember the Shield days? But he moves out of the way, then goes for a Superman punch, which again, Seth knows Roman a little too much, and he catches him. And then Seth goes for a pedigree after reversing the Superman punch, and Roman then gets picks up Roman then reverses the pedigree and picks up Seth on his shoulders, and then tries to move him, tries to throw him out of the ring, tries to throw him over the top rope. Then Seth is able to wiggle out of that and he has Roman kind of leaning on the ropes like this now, and he super kicks him 2 times, 2 big super kicks, and he's dazed right now. Now Seth tries to charge up with that like running clothesline. You know how people try to eliminate people who are leaning on the ropes. But Roman reverses it and almost throws Seth out again, but Seth holds on, so he's holding him and he's trying to pull him out at the same time. So Seth over the top rope, but he's holding on to Roman, so he's trying to drag him out. Then CM Punk sees his moment to strike, and he actually eliminates Seth and Roman Reigns. He just picks him up and throws him over the top rope. I did not expect them to be eliminated so like this soon, I guess. I don't know, I figured they'd be final 3, so dang. But while CM Punk was just looking at what he just did, like just looking at Seth and Roman probably taking it in, Logan Paul, that slippery little weasel, came out from behind and he threw CM Punk over the top rope, eliminating CM Punk from the Royal Rumble. CM Punk he does not have his Royal Rumble moment yet. He has not won a Rumble. Oh my goodness, that is, wow. I'm shocked. Logan Paul, it's because he was foreshadowing it last week. I didn't even notice to Kevin. I never lost to Logan Paul like you. Crazy. Wow. CM Punk is eliminated, Roman is eliminated, Seth is eliminated. We're down to our final 3. We have John Cena, we have Logan Paul, and we have Jey Uso. This is a crazy final 3. I'm speechless. And then these guys are upset with each other. CM Punk is looking at Roman. Roman's mad at him. He's yelling at him. He's like, we were in that match together, you know? And Seth sees his moment because Roman's on the ground, and he just does a double gnarly like curb stomp onto Roman Reigns. And oh my, that looked like that hurt. And Roman just he just died. He went limp. That was gnarly. Very impressive here. Then Seth and CM Punk start fighting. I mean, like, this lasts a little bit, like 2 minutes maybe. Like, they're just punching each other. I think Seth hits CM Punk with a super kick too. They're just beating each other's ass. I mean, they're all angry. They're all both upset they got eliminated. Then Seth goes and sees Paul Heyman and just like flips him off to his face, like just straight in his face. That was good. That was a good one. And then Seth curb stomps a Roman on the stairs, and that was, ow, that probably hurt. Then Seth ends up leaving after him and CM Punk got separated again, and CM Punk went over to like Roman, like where he was laying, and he just looks angry. He's upset. And he kind of walks over Roman and just stares at Paul Heyman. Wonder what that's about. Wonder if he's mad at him too. They have history. Wonder what else could happen with that. So back in the ring, Jey Uso does a good yeet, and him and Logan start fighting in the middle of the ring. Getting back and forth punches. Everyone's pretty tired. That's kind of what's going on here. But with the punching back and forth battle, Mr. Yeetman wins with a enziguri after Logan caught his leg. Then Jey Uso sees John Cena in the corner and he runs to do a body splash, but John, with his wherewithal, moves out of the way, so Jey just hurts himself. And what it looks like is John Cena's going for his last ever double attitude adjustment because he saw Jey and Logan in the corner. He picks them both up, but Jey wiggles off of John, but he super kicks Logan, who is still on Cena's shoulder. So then he pops off of John Cena's shoulder because he just got super kicked, and John Cena, with like the most momentum I've seen him in a while, clotheslines the hell out of Logan Paul, and he eliminates him right over the top rope. And now we are down to our final 2. It is John Cena and Jey Uso. This is crazy. Again, this is so unpredictable, and let's just get into the last 2. Well, first of all, the 2 men square up. I mean, it's just them 2 looking at each other for a while. They know this is the big moment. This is it. They're literally, one of these men are going to main event WrestleMania. And Jey starts off with the first strike to John. And again, we're going to have a strike fest. Everyone's tired. It's what happens when we get later in matches, okay? John Cena kind of got advantage of this punch fest. He headbutted Jey, and now he's going for that like patented like John Cena 5 moves of doom kind of thing. So he's hitting the shoulder tackles right now. Then throws Jey on the ground, and then does the, oh, he holds the hand up, and then the you can't see me, you know, that John Cena thing. And then after the you can't see me thing, he runs, does the choo-choo, bam. And now John Cena's doing that thing where he's squatting a little bit, and he's like charging. He's charging that AA. He's charging that FU up. But Jey wiggles out of it, and he's able to force himself to do a super kick to John. John is definitely out of it. He's dazed. He's wobbling over the ropes himself. And while John's wobbling over the rope, Jay kind of tries to take advantage of that. He grabs John and he starts pushing him. He's just pushing him, trying to get him over. Not getting him over, like wrestling term. He's trying to get him over the top rope. You know what I mean? But John's able to stay in it with a kick to the face to Jay. But John tries to go to Jay, but Jay hits him with a super kick again. So after that super kick, John Cena kind of wiggles himself into the corner of like the turnbuckles. And Jay's trying to eliminate him again. He's picking up his legs. He's putting all his might in there. He's trying his best. He wants to secure this main event at WrestleMania. But John again is able to wiggle out of it. He walks close to Jay, but Jay kind of runs past him and hits John with a big spear of his own. Then both men are down. I mean, like you see the WrestleMania sign in the background again. Very good cinematography. But like one of these men are going there, and you just don't know who it's gonna be. Jay and John get up at the same time. John kind of grabs Jay and throws him over the top rope, and Jay holds on. I mean, it is that close. And John celebrates prematurely. He thinks he eliminated Jay. He thinks he won this Rumble, but he did not. John then notices he didn't eliminate Jay, so he runs at him. And Jay pulls down the rope. Now they're both on the apron, so they're both standing on the apron right now. And Jay tries to get in the ring. John Cena stops him. John Cena tries to get back in the ring. Jay stops him, so they're both kind of stuck fighting on this apron. Now we're back to the strikes. Jay hits John with a big right hand, and then John delivers one right back to him. And we're just going back and forth with these punches now. Then while they're punching each other, Jay is able to hit another super kick to John Cena, and John Cena teeters so hard here, like you think he's about to fall. Very good selling, very, very good. And then John picks up Jay Uso for the attitude adjustment, so he's on his shoulders right now. Jay wiggles back into the ring. John's standing still, looking this way towards the crowd, and then Jay kicks John Cena in the back, and John Cena falls. John Cena is now eliminated, meaning that Jay Uso is your 2025 Royal Rumble winner. I cannot believe it. That match was crazy. I did not expect that. You even hear at the end, when everyone's celebrating, you hear, like, Michael Cole sounds like he's crying. What a moment. The crowd erupts. I mean, this is something people love when mid-carders kind of like, I wouldn't even say he's a mid-carder. People love when there's a surprise winner. I do see that there's also people who are not happy with this. I was shocked, and I'll tell you what, even if it's not what I wanted completely, personally, it is so nice to see someone get their moment, because everyone there is a person who's dreamed about this. Like, even just being in a Rumble means a lot to these people, let alone winning one, and especially when you were a tag team guy, like, all your life, and you're pretty much, like, you kind of accept the fact that you're probably never going to be the guy with the championship, the main championship. You accept the fact you're probably not going to be the guy who wins the Elimination Chamber. You're not going to be the guy who wins the Rumbles. You know, you're probably not even ladder matches when it comes to, like, Money in the Bank, because you're a tag guy. And he was able to break this mold, and it is really cool to see, and it makes me happy, because we haven't seen something like that probably since, I don't know, like Jeff Hardy or, like, Edge. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But it was a while ago, and it's nice to be able to, I mean, even, maybe, yeah, you know what Kofi did too. He didn't win a Rumble, but just winning the main title. But being able to see that happen, it does make me happy. It brings a smile to my face. I'm sure he's going to be going for Gunther. That's my guess. But dang, that's the 2025 Royal Rumble. What a ride. I mean, honestly, what a ride. John Cena lost his last ever Royal Rumble. CM Punk still hasn't had his moment. Drew got eliminated in, like, a very interesting way I again, didn't expect. Really, what a strong showing for this 2025 Royal Rumble. I mean, I'm so happy I got to sit there and watch it live. I wasn't in the crowd, I watched it on Peacock. But it was very worth the time. And it was very much worth the time. So, yeah. I guess that's it. Thank you so much for watching and going through it again with me. Let me know your favorite moments. Who did you expect to win? Did you expect Jay to win? And if you did, are you lying to me? But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a great day. Hasta la vista. So yeah, we're gonna end up doing that, and it's gonna be a great time. So I hope to see you all there. Bye.